Hello, my name is Hannah. I'm the maker and designer behind HERBGARDEN knitwear, and in this video I'm going to show you all the knits and releases of the year 2022. I hope you'll enjoy it. Item number one is my Johanne Hat. This is a hat that was inspired by the Norwegian TV show Home for Christmas, and the main character there is named Johanne, and she is wearing a similar hat, and I love that hat so much that I decided to make a similar one for myself. And after I had done it, I really wanted to release a pattern for it, so that is now available on Ravelry, I believe in 8 sizes, so you could really make one to fit everyone. And I'm very happy with this design. It really is one of my absolute favorites. It is so warm at the ears, and I think it looks so perfect. I really enjoy it a lot, and I wear it a lot now that it's cold again. And yeah, I really can recommend this pattern. It is very mindless. You always knit just 2 by 2 rib in the round, and it is made holding one strand of Holst Super Soft with one strand of silk mohair, and it gets this lovely fluffy texture. And yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out, and you will see at the end of this video I just made a second one. Well, I will show you right away because it's the same pattern. This is the very first make of 2022, and this is the very last one. So I made another one in a bright red because I felt it is perfect for Christmas, and I cannot even tell which one I like more. I'm so happy with this hat and how they turn out. I think, yeah, I will definitely make more in the future, I'm very sure. So this is finished item number 1, and the very last one. I don't know which one. I didn't count them all, so here we go. Finished item number 2 is a sweater. It is called Vivyen Sweater, and it has this beautiful textured and bubble decorated top. It is worked top down. The first section up until the last bubbles here knit as a circular yoke, and after that the increases are like raglan increases. And I really love this sweater. It is knit from Austermann cotton merino, which is a blend of 50% merino and 50% cotton. And it has straight sleeves with a lovely tight cuff, so that it looks almost like a little bit of a balloon sleeve. And it is a cropped straight body with a lovely wide rib here at the bottom. The rib on all the edges on the yoke top here, on the arms and on the body, they are all twisted stitches. So I hope it is visible like this. This is a sweater that I really love. It's not quite a turtleneck, but a very tight neckline, very similar to the one that I'm wearing right now, which is, by the way, a sweater designed by Sari Nordlund. And yeah, this is one of my absolute favorite designs. This just knit up so quickly. I was so happy with it. Everything worked right away, which is not often the case, but this one I just could knit down from top to bottom, and that was such a joy for me. And for me, this is a perfect sweater for in between seasons because of the merino content. It is warm and it is with a high neckline, so it keeps me warm. But it also has this lovely drape, as you might be able to see from the cotton part of the yarn. Yeah, so there's absolutely nothing I would change for this one, and the pattern is also available on Ravelry. So this is the Vivyen Sweater. Release and knit number 3 is a very special one because it is the second design that I did not self-publish, but that was published in a magazine. And it is my Oneiro Cardigan. I do not have the sample in the magazine with me because it is still with pom-pom, but this is the one that I have with me here right now. I have made 2 of them, and it is a brioche cardigan made from 3 strands of silk mohair, and as you can see, it has this lovely gradient from the cuff to the center of the cardigan. It is knit from the cuff. You knit the sleeve, and then you cast on stitches for the front and back here, and then later you join the back pieces with a 3 needle bind off. And I really love this cable and bobble detail that runs all the way up the sleeves and the shoulder. And I did have to do something quite special to make this work because brioche has a different row gauge than usual stockinette or cable patterns do have. So I made it possible to knit the brioche and the cables all in one, and that was really fun to do. And I really also love the beautiful double knit edging that runs all around the cardigan and on the bottom edge here. Yeah, so this is my sample, and the one in the magazine has a little different colors. So this is the pom-pom issue 40 that was released in I believe February or March 2022. And here are some pictures of my cardigan. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, this one starts at the cuff with an almost white yarn, then turns into a lovely light grayish blue, and then into a bright violet color. Yes, so obviously it feels like a huge milestone to have a design published in Pom Pom magazine. I was super proud to receive this copy and to find my name here in the back. That is really something very special, and it feels like being validated as a designer a little bit. Yes, so I'm very proud of this. This is the Oneiro Cardigan, and it is available in Pom Pom Quarterly issue number 40. Yes, and the next item is a shawl, and it is made from hand-dyed merino yarn, and the pattern is called Creative Flow Shawl. And the reason it is called like this is basically two things. For once, it is really drapey and flowy, which I really love. This yarn is so lovely for shawls, and Also, the pattern not only includes row by row instructions for the sample that I have made here, but I also included a recipe so that you can mix and match all the stitch patterns that I used within this shawl to create your own unique version of it. So you can just cast on and let your creative flow take you along, and you can decide which stitch pattern you are going to work next very spontaneously, or you could plan it up front, decide how long you want the sections to be, and create your very own version of the shawl. I really like it a lot, and it was super fun to knit this because both of the lovely hand-dyed yarn and all the speckles, I really love when the color changes, and it keeps knitting very exciting. And also to be able to change between the stitch patterns was a lot of fun. So I hope you can see a little bit of the patterns here. There are basically 3 different ones. So we have like a star stitch here, and it is also here in this section. And then there is a mesh stitch. This is the pink section here. And then there is an eyelet stitch, which is the gray section here, and the pink section here at the bottom. Yes. And I love how drapey this shawl is. It is such a joy to wear and very versatile, I feel. And as always, with these colors, always a statement piece, of course. But if you are more into muted tones, you really should check out the versions that my testers made. One tester did a lovely monochrome version in a very soft mint color, and it looks absolutely amazing. It is so elegant. I really think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Creative Flow shawl. My neighbor just turned music on. I'm not sure if you're able to hear it. If you hear it, I'm sorry. I hope it's not too loud or distracting, but I can do nothing about it. It's my neighbor's, so. The next item I finished in 2022 is this stripy, almost gradient sweater. I knit this using La Mana Yarns Como Grande, and what I think is most fun about this sweater is that for once it slowly changes from this white yarn to the dark black, but also because when I wear it, I did manage to match up the stripes in the sleeve and the body so that when I'm wearing it, it looks like as if this the stripes just continue, which I think looks very lovely. It is a little hard to see when I'm just holding it up like this, but I really like it. First, I did make it a little bit too short, and I think I shared on Instagram how I did some sweater surgery. I did cut it open in half and added some rows. Yes, but all in all, I really wear this a lot. The yarn is super soft. It does pill a little bit in the beginning, as soft yarns always do, but that tends to get less over time. And yes, this sweater does not have a name yet. Suggestions are very welcome, as always. And I did not publish this sweater yet, but I might do it in 2023. If you're interested, you can let me know in the comments. For me, this is one that I wear a lot, that I like a lot, and I'm very happy with this one, even though I did not manage to publish it yet. The next one is a summer tee that I finished to knit in 2021, but it took me quite some time to get the pattern ready because first I did a mistake in the yoke and I had to rewrite it. I luckily noticed it before giving it to my tech editor, And even before it was tested, I just found this mistake myself, but it took me quite some time, and now it is published finally, and I really like this gradient stripe that really shifts very softly from one color to the next because of the linen stitch that I used for this tee. It just creates this lovely gradient, and I really enjoyed to wear this in summer. It is a blend of merino and silk, which gives it this lovely shine and a lovely drape. And once again, there are very beautiful versions that my testers made, and I'm very happy with this one. It is the Sunkissed Sea Tee. The next sweater is called the Fiber Artist sweater, and it is a sweater that took me quite a lot of time. Let me explain why. It is knit completely in pieces, so in the front and in the back there are these colorwork pieces that I knit in the round and then sticked. And after that I knit all the other panels, like the ones here for the side, and there are also small little panels at the underarm. So all in all I had 8 panels that I needed to attach, and then I did an I-cord at the neckline and a ribbed hem at the bottom that I made a little longer in the back, which I always enjoy if it is a little shorter in the front. And then I picked up the sleeves and knitted them from the top down. And all in all, I really love this as a design. It is not published yet, and that is because I'm not happy with the fit yet. I do wear this at home. It is warm, it is cozy. I really love the combination of these pearl ridges and the cables and the colorwork. I really enjoy that, but the neckline for my personal taste is just too wide. When I wear the sweater, it tends to slip a little bit of my shoulders and opens up even wider, which then results in the rest of the sweater sitting kind of funny around my body because of this dropping of these shoulder seams. Like it does not sit like a square neckline as I wanted it to, but it always does something like this. So I really love the idea behind this design, like all the elements. The colorwork is a stitch pattern that I made up myself, and all these lovely cable details. And I'm not sure if it's visible, but I did like 2 little pearl ridges before the cuffs, both on the body and the sleeves. And I called this the Fiber Artist sweater because there are so many techniques within this one sweater, and I really like it, but I have to make some adjustments in order to be able to publish this. One idea that I have right now is just closing the back of the neckline so that I still have this square neckline in the front, but in the back I would just make this colorwork panel just as high as the shoulder is, so that you have more or less a straight back line in the back, neckline in the back, I wanted to say. Yes, and I might make it a little tighter towards my waist. Right now it is very boxy. I don't know if it does fit on the screen or not, but you know, it is very a very wide drop shoulder sweater. It could be a little more fitted, at least for me, but of course that's just personal preference. So this is the Fiber Artist sweater. It is ready and I love the idea, but it is not published, and that is because it is not quite as I want it to be. There's still some work to be done. Yes, but you know, not everything can work at the first try, so yeah. And the yarn that I used for this is BC Yarn Loch Lomond, and it is a tweedy yarn that is GOT certified that I really enjoy. I have used it for many other projects and I will probably use it again. It is really one that I absolutely enjoy. It has this lovely little tweed specks that are not too prominent. Yeah, that was my fiber artist sweater. The next sweater design is the Reyna Sweater. It is a circular yoke top-down sweater with this very lovely but easy to work lace neckline, and it has straight sleeves that end just below the elbow, and the back of the sweater is a tiny bit longer than the front. I'm not sure if you can see it while I'm holding it like this. And it has this beautiful deep neckline in the front. It is very wide neckline, and it is made from the same yarn as my Vivyen sweater that I showed you earlier. So this yarn is the same brand, Austermann Cotton Merino, and I designed this having the end of summer in mind, when it gets slowly colder. I had flamenco dancers in mind, but when I released it, somebody said this would also make a lovely Christmas sweater, and I totally agree. Now that I have this new idea in my mind, I really like that idea too, and I might even wear this for Christmas. So yeah, this is also available on Ravelry, and I'm very happy with this design. This also knit up very quickly, especially because of the short sleeves and the wide neckline, so the yoke is rather short. This is a very quick sweater for me, and I really like it. Only 3 more items to go. We are almost done. The next thing that I finished in the middle of summer is my monument hat. It is a hat made from 2 strands of unspun yarn held together with a strand of silk mohair, and it has this lovely cable texture that is basically a variation of 2x2 rib, which makes the hat very stretchy, and it fits very lovely. This pattern is available in 5 sizes, and I'm very proud because this is the second pattern of my self-published patterns that ever sold enough times to make up for the cost that I had making the pattern. So obviously when I release a pattern, I need to pay for the yarn, but also for tag editing, and sometimes even for photos, even though I not always take professional photos of my knit items because I simply cannot afford it. But if I sum all this up, usually the sum is really high, so the pattern needs to sell quite some copies in order to make up for this cost. So I believe right now there are about 32 patterns in my Ravelry store, and this is the second one after the Seaborn Tee that I released the year before that sold enough times to cover the cost of making it, which makes me super happy, super proud. And this is indeed a pattern that I love a lot, and I'm very happy that you enjoy it so much as well. So thank you for everyone who bought a copy of this pattern. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much. So the monument hat. I believe 5 sizes are available in this pattern. And I've seen this had worn both by men and women, and it looks fabulous on everyone, and I really like that. Then in the fall, in November and October, we did the HERBGARDEN knitwear shawl knit along. Usually in this time of the year, Stephen West hosts his shawl knit along, the mystery shawl knit along, and I always love to see all those shawls come to life when the clues are revealed one by one. But for me, a mystery knit along is just not, it's just not my cup of tea. I really want to know what I knit up front, and so this year I decided to host my own shawl knit along so that I can have the fun of a knit along, but without having to have this mystery thing going on. So I decided that we can all knit shawls from my patterns, and I decided to cast on my Savoring Shawl, which was, I believe, released last year, but I'm not quite sure. And the first one that I knit was just in one color, and now I decided to try to do it in 2 colors, and I'm so happy that I did. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. By the way, this is the same yarn as from my Fiber Artist sweater. Maybe you can see the main color of the sweater is the contrast color in this shawl, so these are leftovers from this project and some other projects. Yes, so I think it is absolutely pretty in 2 colors. I did not design this shawl for 2 colors, but just for 1, but I think it looks absolutely great in 2 colors as well. And this project really really helped me a lot. And during the summer and in the beginning of fall, I really lost my knitting mojo, and this shawl helped me to get it back so much, because I just could knit it without having to think of it. I just knit it from my own pattern, and it was so mindless, and I could just enjoy the process of making it. And it was a really lovely knit along. I'm considering of doing it again next year because I really enjoyed it a lot. So this is the second Savoring Shawl that I made, and I believe I finished it somewhere in October, I believe. Yeah. So, and the very last finished item of 2022 is this lovely slip over. It is a very cropped slip over made, oh sorry, there are many of my hairs here. It is a lovely cropped slip over knit in moss stitch or seed stitch, and it has beautiful welts here at the bottom and at the neckline, and the armholes are finished off with I-cords. And this slip over is not yet released, but I am already working on grading this slip over. Under my last video, I asked you for names for the slip over, and you kindly suggested so many exciting names that I still have to make a decision. They were very good ideas, and yeah, now I will have to decide. But this is a very successful knit, even though it took me so many tries. I had first attempted to do the welts as well on the armhole, but that didn't look good at all. Yeah, so it took a lot of tries, a lot of trial and error, but now it is just the way that I imagined it. I'm very happy with it, and it is nice to be able to wrap up the year with something that worked out again. Yeah, so this is a slip over that will hopefully be released next year. So these were all my knits of 2022. I did make quite a bit less than in the year before. and I especially released quite a bit less than in the year before because I found it very hard to do it aside of work, and yeah, so sometimes it just takes time to do all this. Finally, I want to thank you all for being so kind to me, for showing me all this support. Thank you to everyone who bought one of or even several of my patterns, who regularly watches my videos, who shares or likes my post on Instagram, who takes the time to send me a comment or two. I really appreciate you very much, and I am looking forward to share my knitting journey in 2023 with you here again. I hope you are all well wherever you are. I hope you will have a great start into the new year, and that 2023 will be a wonderful year for you. So thank you again. Happy New Year, and bye.